Welcome back to Venturefly, the channel bringing you the most disruptive form of FPV. In today's video, we're going to be covering a new way you can customize your drone. Before we get started, I do want to let you know that in collaboration with Quadmula, we've decided to do a 2-frame giveaway. That means 2 lucky pilots is going to be receiving a frame, as well as some TPU parts created by myself. If you haven't already seen the designs that I create, I'll go ahead and scroll up a few, just so you can see what I do, and hopefully you enjoy. That's my Instagram. It's going to be linked in the description. If you do want to find out details about the giveaway, go ahead and check out the description. It's going to have all the information in it. So without any further ado, let's get started. 1,000 hours. That's how many hours I have flying liftoff. For those of you who don't know what liftoff is, it's a simulator you can get online that allows you to simulate the art of flying FPV. The reason I bring this up is not to talk about the time that I've been flying in liftoff, because that's an issue. More so to tell you that throughout the years of playing the simulator, you start unlocking rewards. They have like this reward crate system. After a few flights of doing freestyle or doing like some racing stuff, it gives you points and you unlock a crate. Inside the crate, I typically pick skin designs. So like every time I see a new drone with a new design, a new color scheme, I'm just like, oh, that's really cool, and I click it. I don't know why. The reason I bring that up is because there's one design that really sparked my curiosity. I'll go ahead and post a picture on the screen so you can see it, but when I saw that frame, I was like, oh man, is there like a really easy and efficient way of like doing this without like spending an arm and a leg? I wanted the process to be timely as well. Like I didn't want to spend too much time designing it, so I'm like, okay, how do I do this and make it easy for everyone to replicate if they wanted to do so? And that's when the brain started ticking. After a few days of thinking about it, it kind of just struck me, why not use washi tape? Now, for those who don't know what washi tape is, it's a decorative adhesive tape. It's typically used for multi-purpose stuff, but generally used in scrapbooking or doing like journals and stuff like that. And I was trying to figure out if there's a way I can implement that into FPV. So that's where the journey began. So the properties of washi tape, if you don't know, it's almost like masking tape where you can reposition it. It does tear easy. There's multiple designs, multiple colors, different designs all across the internet. There's certain sites that do allow you to import a logo or import something, and they'll go ahead and create you your own personalized washi tapes. All fine and dandy, but as you can clearly hear, there's some red flags, like some things that you may not necessarily want on a drone, or may think you may not want on a drone. Those 2 things are that it tears easy and it's removable. I don't know about the next pilot, but I know that when I go out to fly, I always like to push myself and try some new tricks, which inevitably causes me to crash. Last thing I want is to take time to design something and then have it come back with it missing, like completely ripped off the quads. So the question that comes up is there a way to fix this, like make it more durable? When I was researching washi tape, I was looking for alternatives as well. There are duct tapes with pretty cool designs, as well as some vinyl sheets with really amazing designs, but the problem with those 2, the fibers of the duct tape and the flexibility of the vinyl, I figured both of those would be probably even worse in having something that tears easy. If any of those 2 things happen with those forms of tape and you're trying to fly it back, you could end up seizing a motor in the sky and falling out the sky. I wanted to avoid that the best I can. The thought of it tearing maybe isn't such a bad thing. Now that we've covered the concept of what we're going to be covering today, I do want to introduce you to some of the parts that we're using, and it really comes down to 2 things. One is washi tape, and the second is going to be some kind of clear coat. We're not only just doing the washi tape covering, I do want to do a full vitrified quad. As we were talking about earlier, we do have a giveaway. I'm going to do something just a little bit extra with one of the giveaways, which is doing the full vitrification process. In this case, we're going to be using Quadmula's Siren F5 split. So we got the goat spray paint, we got the clear thing, we got the washi tape itself. The pricing will be on the screen so you can see exactly how much all of this costs. Of course, in this case, I've purchased a few washi tapes just to kind of show you guys the designs and show you some options. Now, the one we're going to be using today is going to be this goldish black. This one was not in a kit. These, I believe these were in a kit, but this one in particular was not in a kit. So I will post a link in the description for where you can find this one in particular. So now that we know what we're working with, I'm going to clear out the table, and then we'll get started with the arms, move on to the body, mid-plate, show you guys how I go about in designing my quads, and then, you know, you guys can replicate it at your own convenience. So we're going to be starting with the arms here. You do need some masking tape if you're going to be following what I'm doing today. If you're just going to do the clear coat and the washi tape, you don't need masking tape. This is optional. When it comes to the masking tape, the cheaper the better. Like, you don't want any crazy grade masking tape whatsoever. This one I think it costs like $3 or something like that. I'm just gonna sandwich the arm inside the washi tape. There you go. We're gonna do this with all the arms, so we'll fast forward. All right, there we go. We have all 4 arms covered currently. Next thing you're gonna do is get a hex driver. It doesn't really matter what bit you use. I like to use the smallest bit I have on this driver here, which is a 2mm. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start brushing the actual edges of the arm, almost like grip tape. So if anyone's ever worked with grip tape, you kind of just rub usually you're using like a razor blade. The razor blade, it tends to cut into the masking tape and just figures it, so I try to avoid using that if I can. You can start seeing where it's tearing here. See that? There you go. Start getting that tear. Just gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna flip it over, do the same thing to the other side. You can even use something else to elevate it as you're getting these little round edges here. That'll kind of help there. Now this is what I mean here. Especially when you're using a razor blade, you start getting these tears up across the edge, and I try to avoid that as much as I can, but sometimes it happens. And then the reason why I sandwiched it together is now I can just pinch and start pulling. I'm gonna pinch from both ends. Just do that. Start clearing out one area here, clear out the other side, flip it over, do the same. I do my best to try to avoid painting this area if I can, like the actual tip area. So what I do is instead of having to round off any of that, just go ahead and tear it from there. Give myself just a little lip area. That way none of this area is sprayed when we start spraying it. The body's gonna be the same process, so we'll go ahead and skip that. Once all the edges are sprayed gold, then I'll get back to you guys and we'll start implementing the other designs that I want to accomplish with this build. I'm gonna do something a little bit extra here. If you want to do this entire first part is optional because we're gonna be using this washi tape here. I do want to try to mimic that design, and the best way of doing it is using some of the washi tape that come with the kits. First things first, let me push this aside. I'm gonna grab a sheet of paper. You can use anything really, but it'll make sense in just a moment. Again, all this is optional. You do not have to do this. Do not get discouraged by this work because this is, again, overkill, but I don't know. I like my frames to look cool. I have them all laid out. I did have to switch washi tape over to one of the other thinner ones because, of course, I ran out. I did use this washi tape for a different build, one of my own personal builds, and so I gotta spray this. Excited. Alright, so the arms have been demasked. If you are wondering about the overspill, don't worry too much about it. That's gonna be covered. It's a pretty rinse and repeat cycle, but I'm gonna show you a little trick with the washi tape to kind of help you with lining it up so you're not using the metal bit to scrape off the edge. You need to make sure you're reviewing the size. As you can see here, this one has the edges which aren't being covered by the washi tape. That's not going to be an issue for this build because of the arms that are coming with this particular build. That's going to cover that whole section. Be mindful of that if you are giving this a go, so you're not, you know, left with some open parts. You can burn it away, you can scrape it away with the metal tool if you want, but doing things the way I like to do it. So if you are worried about the durability of this and you decide you want to use the duct tape or the vinyl, then I mean, have at it. Let me know how it goes, because I just like testing different things out, just seeing how things work, seeing how it looks. It's all just theory at the end of the day. I don't want to put my quad through that. All right, we just completed all 4 arms. I'm gonna go ahead and start spraying it with the clear coat. Because the washi tape is like a paper material, you don't want to apply too much in one go. Spray a light thin spray, then start building and building. Otherwise, you're gonna start seeing the paper start soaking in this thing, and you don't want that effect. So all the pieces are here. It's all painted. I went ahead and removed the masking tape off of the 3 main pieces here. As you can tell, I have the washi tape on this, and it's all been sprayed with the clear spray. Once I combine it, I'll go ahead and throw some of the TPU parts that are going to be sent out in this giveaway. So as I mentioned, this frame is going to be a part of the giveaway, as well as this. So if you want to do it yourself, you do win the giveaway ass specifically for the split mini. If you would prefer this one, I'll give you this one. I'm going to get it together and we'll catch back up. Check this out. Doesn't that look sweet? We're pretty much at the end of the video. Be sure to check the link in the description. It will give you details on how to enter. Giveaway ends on December 26th, so that's not too far away. Be sure to join the contest. Get this. This is awesome. There's only one last thing to do. Alright, we're not gonna do it to this drone, okay? This is a giveaway drone, so I have a spare arm that I've done the same thing, same process. We're gonna test and see if it can at least survive a prop strike. See how it goes. I'm not seeing any damage. No damage whatsoever. Okay, let's do something a little bit different. That's where it was being chopped at. The tape is what ripped it off. But yeah. This worked a lot better than I expected it to. I mean, I still want to test it out in the field, crash it into walls, do whatever. Obviously, those are going to be way worse than, you know, using a drill. Prop is all beat up. Multiple strikes, you saw that. And it survived for the most part. I call it a success. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to help me grow the channel, and take it easy. Until next time.